Hello everyone, this is Captain Akansha, and in today's video we are going to discuss about composition of atmosphere. And in our last video we have discussed about atmosphere and properties of atmosphere. So please do watch that video as well, and if you will have any query in today's video, let me know in the comment section. And yes, please do like, share and subscribe our channel so that if we will upload any video you will get the notification first. Okay, so let's start. So in the last class we have discussed that atmosphere is gaseous envelope which has surrounded the earth, right? It's like this. Now this is atmosphere, and this atmosphere is divided into 5 parts, or you can also say that this atmosphere is made up of 5 layers that we are going to see today. It's like this. This is our earth and these are the atmosphere like this. So just above the earth there is a layer of atmosphere known as troposphere. Then after that the layer is stratosphere. Then next layer is mesosphere. Then next layer is thermosphere, and then exosphere. About all these layers we are going to discuss in detail one by one in the upcoming. First we will start with troposphere. Okay, so as we have seen, first layer is troposphere. First things come up, what is the height of troposphere? So this is the earth and this first layer is troposphere. Now if I talk about the height of troposphere, so consider this as your north pole and consider this as your south pole, and this is your equator. In this case, the height of troposphere at equator is 16 km and height of troposphere at poles 8 km. While if you will take the average of it, it will be 11 km, which will be around 45 degree or between them. Along with this, there is a temperature variation as well. So at equator you will find the temperature minus 75 degrees Celsius, and at pole the temperature is minus 40 degrees Celsius, and again the average of it will be minus 56.5 degrees Celsius. So this is how the troposphere is made up of. Now if I talk about the lapse rate, which I have already discussed in our last video, what is lapse rate and what is the value of lapse rate, all that thing. So the lapse rate of in this layer will be minus 6.5 degrees Celsius per kilometer, or we can also say that it's a minus 1.98 degrees Celsius per 1000 feet. Okay, but you do have question like what is lapse rate. So in short I can tell you that it's basically rate of decreasing temperature with increasing height. So as you are going above the earth, the temperature is decreasing, so that rate of decreasing temperature is lapse rate. Now along with that, because there are lot of vertical currents, earth gets heats up more easily than the atmosphere, so there will be a lot of vertical currents, because of which this layer is unstable as well. So if I talk about air mass, then 75% of the air mass lies in this layer, and that is a DGCA question, that at 20,000 feet half air mass will be left, and at 40,000 feet only 3/4 air mass, 25% will be left. Then there comes water vapor. So all the water vapors are concentrated in this layer only, like 99% of the water vapor you will find in this layer, and that is the reason all the weather phenomena happen in this layer only, because all the air masses and all of the water vapor lies in this air, which is responsible for different weather phenomena. For example, CAT, clear air turbulence, jet streams, or cloud formation. So you will see that lot of weather happens in this layer only. So this was all about troposphere. Next thing is stratosphere. So let's say this is troposphere and this is stratosphere. So of course, as we know, these two are different layers. Troposphere is different, stratosphere is different. So they will have different properties. So there is transition from this property to this property. So that transition layer, or you can say that transition boundary where atmosphere is getting transition from troposphere to stratosphere, this transition layer is known as tropopause. So before moving to stratosphere, we will see this transition layer which is known as tropopause. If I talk about the height of tropopause, then the height of tropopause at equator is 16 to 18 kilometer, while on pole is 8 to 10 kilometer. And the one more thing is, height of tropopause depends on temperature. So warmer the earth, higher will be the tropopause. So that's the reason you will see around the equator it is at more height than at poles. But then there is a twist. After 8 kilometer, there is a reverse in temperature and density in the atmosphere. So after 8 kilometer, there will be higher temperature on pole and lower temperature at equator. So that is the important point you need to keep in your mind, because that is also a DGCA question. Apart from that, in tropopause, there are two breaks. One at 40 degree and the another one is at 60 degree. So what is these breaks? So these breaks are basically those boundary where two different air masses or two different kind of air basically meet. So if I talk about 40 degrees, so here warmer air from the tropical area and colder air from poles or temperate area meet, and same happens at 60 degree, very cold air from poles and then medium like temperate air from this side just meets up over here. So these are basically breaks. So all about exam is they will ask you what about the break. So at what degree you will find the break. So that is 40 degree and 60 degree. After this, the next layer is stratosphere. So stratosphere height is 11 kilometer to 50 kilometer. Okay, so this is 11 kilometer. From here to this 50 kilometer. Now in this layer we will find inversion. Now again, what is inversion? That we have discussed in our last video. In short, if I will tell you, that is the basically increase of temperature with increasing height. So as you are going above the earth, the temperature will increase. So in this layer you will find there is inversion, basically temperature increase. But again there is a twist. From 11 to 20 kilometer there will be a constant temperature of minus 56.5 degrees Celsius, and that is why from 11 to 20 kilometer we also call it isothermal layer. And then from 20 to 50 kilometer the temperature will increase. So that is the twist, and overall height is 11 to 50 kilometer. After that, we have seen in troposphere that it was unstable because of lot of vertical currents and all that thing, but because there is absence of vertical currents and all, so this layer is more stable. Now at stratosphere you will find there is a ozone layer. So you will find ozone layer at around 20 to 25 kilometer. Then there is special type of cloud in this layer which is known as nacreous cloud or mother of pearl cloud. This is very important from DGCA perspective. This was all about the stratosphere. Now we will move to next layer, which is mesosphere. Yeah, so height of mesosphere is from 50 kilometer to 80 kilometer. But yes, because there is a transition between stratosphere and mesosphere, so we consider it as 52 to, there is a transition layer of 52 kilometer, so 52 to 80 kilometer. That is the height of mesosphere. And one most important thing which you need to remember is it is the coldest layer in all the layers. Now you will ask that in the first troposphere we have seen temperature was minus 75 at equator, and at poles it's minus 40 and average was minus 56.5. So why this is the coldest layer? So reason of it being the average in troposphere is minus 56.5, but here the average is minus 75. So that's the reason it's the most coldest layer of atmosphere. And then there is also, you will find a special type of cloud in this layer, and that is noctilucent cloud. But this cloud you will find above or around 55 degree latitude. Below that you can't find this cloud. So but this is also a very important in DGCA perspective, very important question. This comes up in DGCA exam, that is noctilucent cloud. So always remember there are two special clouds. One is nacreous, which is in a stratosphere, and then the other one is noctilucent, which is in mesosphere. Now there is another layer, that is thermosphere. Now if I talk about thermosphere, so it is the outermost layer of the atmosphere, and if I talk about its height is from 80 kilometer to 700 kilometer. As we have discussed in our last video, our atmosphere is expected to extend till 800 kilometers. So out of 800, 700 till 700 it's a thermosphere. and there will be very less molecules, so they will have a high energy, so they will move very fast, because of which temperature will also be high in this layer. And beyond thermosphere there is exosphere, whatever is left. So basically we can say that from 700 to 800 it's a exosphere. So this was all about our layers of atmosphere, but there is one more important layer, which is ionosphere. We need to know about that as well. Above 60 km from the Earth's surface, all the airspace is known as ionosphere. So the layer above 60 km comes under ionosphere. And if I talk about this ionosphere, so this ionosphere is divided into 3 layers, that is D layer, E layer and F layer. D layer is considered at an average height of 75 km, E layer is considered at an average height of 125 km, and F layer is considered at an average height of 225 km. And furthermore, our F layer is divided into 2 layers, that is F1 and F2. So this was all about ionosphere, which you need to remember for DGCA exams. That was all about for today's video. I hope you will like it. If you will have any query, please let me know in comment section, and all the best for your exams, and thank you for watching.